Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for The Family Empire Houston Season 1, Episode 2. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, Nicole is at her house and she's up at 4 a.m. to get her hair done by Kendra. And Kendra is a family friend. Baby, Kendra is doing too much at 4 o'clock in the morning, honey. She's talking about, ooh, the waves are waving, girl. The lip gloss is popping. The lip gloss is cool. Ma'am, be quiet. I don't like nobody to talk to me too early in the morning. Now, Kendra, you are a blessing because ain't nobody else going to be coming around at no 4 o'clock in the morning unless they love you in some type of way. So they're chatting it up while she's getting her hair done. Nicole is not in the mood for all that talking Kendra was doing. Child, she deserves some bacon and eggs for doing house calls at 4 a.m. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all already know that I'm a night owl. So by 4 a.m., honey, I'm just laying it down. I'm just getting into my deep REM state at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. up to get my hair done and thinking I'm going to stay up? Child, that's motivation. Anywho, she gets done with that. And after she gets finished with that, she hops on a Zoom call about the house that she shows Solange. So Larry, who is Nicole's husband, he gets home around 6:30. He's on the night shift right now, so they are on opposite schedules. And that has to be hard because how do you connect to each other? But y'all know what my mama told me a long time ago? Because her and my dad have been together since they were in the 10th grade. She said the key to their longevity is my dad was a truck driver who would drive long hauls. And so the key is she ain't never seen him. He don't be home like that. And that's how they lasted, honey. Still married to this day. Do you hear me? But honey, I need to connect with my man. Larry sitting there, he just seems so nonchalant. He seems like a guy that's not easily angered. You know how you have the opposites in relationships? Like Nicole is the firecracker and he's the one that puts out the fires. That's what it's giving me in this moment. So anywho, honey, he had sleep. He's sitting there. And she was saying that his work schedule caused tension between the two of them. And they kind of went like days without talking. So they're in the confessional, honey, sitting. He says, we're a work in progress. Baby, Nicole looked at him like, oh, well, baby, that's news to me. Thank you for letting me in on it. I know you f***ing lying. Baby, the way that she looked at him, she said, oh, okay. Yeah, we're a work in progress. Oh, child, honey, I have seen this movie before. Go on, get ready to roll the credits because it's about to be a fool. Moving forward. So she starts telling him about how Jaquita was making a joke about her relationship with her sister and giggling and sniggling and whatnot about the wall being up. And it really hurt her feelings. And she likes being able to confide in her husband because she feels like that's really the only person that she can talk to. She thinks that her and Lakeisha need to have a one-on-one without the audience so that they can just get down to it and just talk to each other. And I agree. I agree with that. I think the two of you need to have a one-on-one conversation without all the outside noise. In the next scene, Jameshia goes down to Oreen's. Now, Oreen's is the event venue space. She's there setting up for an event for the weekend. Granny is working, even though she needs to have somebody else doing it, baby. She is hands on, okay? All hands on deck. The way that she got her property, y'all, is that she would pull the signs out of the yard and then outbid everybody down at the city. So, baby, look, if you thought you were going to get a property that she had her eye on, that sign was going to be gone, okay? Because she was going to do her own thing. And that's how you do it. Listen, if you want to go after something, you just got to make it happen. And as I was watching this episode, it gives me less of the other shows I named in the first review. It gives me Welcome to Sweetie Pies. And I think that's what's making me sit in it. I find comfort in those types of shows. Now, we don't want no outcome like Welcome to Sweetie Pies, okay? Because, you know, he locked up right now. But that's what this show gives me. It gives me Welcome to Sweetie Pies. That is the vibe. The family, everybody's working for the braiding group. That's exactly what it gives me. And I used to love Welcome to Sweetie Pies, baby. I was in that thing each and every episode. And that's exactly what this gives me. So anywho, Jameshia brings up the land because, baby, we got to talk about the land. She is talking to her granny and she's telling her, you know, it's great how y'all had $1,000. Y'all bought this land and you still have it, because a lot of people had their land taken away from them. Now, she said that most of them had to buy land cash because people wouldn't lend to them. And on top of that, they only had a high school education. And you know, the crazy part is that type of thing is still happening today's date. Yeah, they're hiding a little bit better, but they are still redlining us. You best believe. And if you are over there on my Patreon, I told y'all plenty of stories about how I was trying to find property and how I was treated because I was black. Y'all already know I told y'all that, okay? Baby, after Jameshia got done talking, she said, you know what? I might hold on to it. But she let it be known, look, I'm selling it. I'm not giving it away. So don't think y'all finna get something out of me, because y'all ain't. Honey, I know that's right. Moving forward. Baby, Oscarine is a diva. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. Diva is a female version of a hustler. Okay, she is a diva. Because that was major for our people in those times. Granny is about her business. So y'all gonna have to have the certified funds, baby. Don't come up here with no kind of money order, cashier's check, none of that. We need to see the shmoney. In the next scene, Nicole is at home and she sent a text message to all the ladies in the group for a girls' night at her house. Poor Jaquita couldn't even find her phone child to respond. But I mean, she gonna be there. She gonna be there, child. Poor baby. Over on the other side, Lakeisha and her girlfriend Caramel, they are down to Triple J's getting some barbecue. And she said that they met on Facebook. And then, you know, things just progressed from there after they got through talking. Now, I'm going to say this. I ain't never seen Triple J's empty. So this had to be so that they could film this show. And speaking of Triple J's, I had me some of that yesterday. And baby, it was finger licking good. If you are in Houston, now you're going to have to drive to the hood. Okay? Let me forewarn you. Come on down to Triple J's, because, baby, that is some good barbecue, okay? Good barbecue, baby, good. The place ain't but this big. It's only about 3 people that can fit in there at a time. It's a hole in the wall, so you know it's going to be good. Soon as you exit 610, come on down on Homestead. It's going to be over on your left-hand side, okay? And it is good. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But when I saw they were at Triple J's, I said, baby, they making Homestead look good. Do you hear me? So anywho, Lakeisha is telling Caramel that she wants to talk to Nicole about her childhood and her feelings about it. And she said that she felt like everything was cool when she was younger, but you know, you don't really be knowing no better when you're younger. But as she grew up, she started to notice things and feel like she wasn't included. And she also said that she didn't meet them until she was like 7 or 8. Now, her Aunt Jackie, who was her dad's sister, brought her in to meet the family. And that's how she got acquainted with them. And she doesn't want to like sweep things under the rug anymore because life is too short and she wants to get closer to her sisters. Now, I feel like we got to stop saying that. I always speak that life is too long and these days are getting short. So we got to love each other today. But life is long. Life is long. Life is long. Life is long. We got to speak it, honey. Okay? Because things are happening left and right. Now, Caramel brought up the fact that she wants them to get it together so that everybody can be at their wedding. You know, when they get married, she wants everybody there. And Lakeisha was like, yeah, about that. Yeah, they gonna, okay. Now, she did say they was in love. And she said she was looking for rings. So hopefully they head on down the aisle. Moving forward. Back over at Orleans, Aunt Nikki and her sisters, Cheryl and Charlotte, are at the event venue helping pull out some tables. Baby, Aunt Charlotte said to Aunt Cheryl, okay, you moving them tables. You built to move them tables. You built to do manual labor. Oh, no, man. When she started pulling out them earrings, she was like, what you want to get into it? Is that really what you want to do? Baby, I thought that was so funny. I said, baby, now she built to do manual labor. So Nikki was saying that it's 5 of them and she's the baby. And the G1s are not budging when it comes to this land. They sit down, they start talking about business. She's showing them the land and she's like, listen, we just want to liquidate some of this land, and the 2 acres, it has the largest tax debt. So it makes more sense for us to get rid of that. Now, Miss Cheryl feels like the land should be sold to pay off the debt, which is their mortgages, and they'll pass things down to the G2s. But that's what the mama and the daddy wanted, for them to inherit while they're here to enjoy it. They want their inheritance now. Now, Miss Charlotte don't even want to do the family discount. If they do sell to the G2s, she's like, no, they need to pay what the land is worth. Discount? Absolutely not. And see, this is the mess in Black families that just irritates me. Now, that's all cute and whatnot, but it just seems like everyone is thinking about themselves as opposed to the generations to come. Because for me, I personally think if I were a part of this family, I would want everybody to be able to eat off of this land that they acquired. And it just seems like everybody is just thinking about the now. Okay, I'm gonna pay my mortgage off. And then what? Okay, because like Jameshia was explaining to Granny, she was explaining to her, this can amass millions of dollars. Yes, you may sell it for these thousands now, but what they could turn it into could be worth millions. And that could be passed down from generation to generation. And that's what made her stop and say, you know what? I think I may keep it. But then when you go to the G1s and they're like, well, wait a minute now, I ain't got to pay a mortgage no more. Well, baby, you still got to pay them taxes and you still got to pay everything else associated with it. So I don't know, child. We shall see. Nikki is down for helping the G1s out because she's like a G1 and a half. She's over here with them. She's really siding with them, but then she got to be over here with the sisters. Honey, it's just too much, honey. But G2s, Nikki got your back. Now she has to convince her siblings to get on board. In the next scene, Nicole called Jaquita, right? Now, I know y'all probably don't got the names and everything right so far because it's a lot of people and a lot of moving parts. But Nicole called Jaquita and she thanked her for the peace offering of cookies. Okay, now Jaquita is the one who made the joke about the wall. And Nicole is the one who got mad and left. Okay, so she's like, girl, thank you for the cookies. I ate one. I threw them in the trash. Child, not ate one and threw them in the trash. She told her that Lakeisha is coming over so they can finally have that one-on-one talk. And I'm glad they're finally going to have that talk. I am. They really need to sit down and talk to each other. So then Lakeisha finally shows up, right? So they sit down so they can talk. So Nicole is asking her, why is there a wall? She said there didn't used to be. But then as I got older, I feel like I wasn't included and I just built this wall up. So Nicole feels like even though she doesn't create this safe space at times, Lakeisha also doesn't create a safe space for her to talk to her either. And she does not know what's going to trigger her. So Nicole was telling her that she felt guilty because she felt like she grew up better than she did. And she started crying. And I was like, you know what? That's very real and very vulnerable of her to admit that. And I felt so bad seeing her cry. And I feel like it's a lot more to her tough shell. You know how some people, she might have a wall built up that she does not know about. Because some people have this tough exterior. They don't joke a lot. They don't laugh a lot. You know, and it's because of things that they feel or that they've gone through. So when I saw her get vulnerable like that, I was like, you know what? It might be more to her. She might be more than meets the eye. So she's saying how her dad did the best that he could. And Lakeisha doesn't want her to feel that way. She's like, girl, I was loved. I had a lot of love growing up. So I don't want you to feel that guilt. So she starts talking about, Nicole that is, about how their dad was and how it touched her when he thanked her for helping take care of their pawpaw. So this is what I was gathering from this conversation, because they said they were the exact same age. And then in the previews, the mama was yelling because the ladies were pregnant at the same time. What it's giving me is the daddy stepped out, but Nicole and Monet, they grew up in the house with the dad. So maybe that's why Keisha feels left out, because it's like y'all got a family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the family aspect of him. And I wasn't able to get that. And then when I was introduced around 7 or 8, you know, I was kind of playing catch up. And then on top of that, I didn't really fully get the proper introduction to everyone, which is what she was saying in episode 1. So maybe that's why she feels a little bit left out. And that is why maybe Nicole feels so guilty, because she feels like she got the family aspect of her dad that Keisha didn't get. This is just what I'm gathering, allegedly. Okay, because I don't know these people. I'm just saying. Now, both of them can relate to their father not being as open as they would have liked. But I think some family therapy can do them some good, because it wasn't no hugs or nothing. Like Nicole was crying and she was just sitting there like, oh, don't make me cry. But I felt like that was a moment where maybe they could hug each other, but maybe they're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? It's still a lot. And a lot of families don't do all that hugging and stuff. So maybe they have to work on getting there. Now, Keisha seems like to me that she's a go along to keep the peace type of girl, but there's more on her heart. Like, she holding some stuff in. I don't think she want to rock the boat, but I really do think that she has more stuff that she's holding in. And my heart goes out to her, because I know she feels like she's not included as much as she would like, because she didn't grow up with her dad in the house. And she didn't grow up with hearing what she needed to hear from him. And that's what she needed. And now her mom is gone. And that's just tough. She needs that relationship with her sisters and their family. And I feel for both of them because they both missed the opportunity to get what they needed from their dad. So yeah, family therapy is definitely needed. So after that talk, Nicole brings up the girls' night and making sure that she has the right food, because Quita likes to eat. Baby, I know that's right. Me too. Please have the food right. I don't want no horse divers. I don't want no finger foods. I want some food. Baby, make sure the food is fooding. If the food ain't fooding, don't invite me, because I ain't going to be there. Moving forward. In the next scene, Jaquita goes to visit Jameshia. These are the two J's, the sisters. The two J's meet up, and Jameshia is telling Jaquita that she had went to go see her granny, or their granny, and she was saying that she's willing to keep the land in the family. So, it's going to buy them a little bit of time. So they're going to bring in some developers so they can get some ideas on what can be done with the land. So Jaquita wants to know, what do the G1s want? What do they want? She said, girl, I can already tell you, they want to know about the money. Okay. And if we make it a build to rent community, it's going to be, now, how are we going to split the money? Who's going to get what? It's all about the money. Okay. It's all about the money, money, money. They want to know, where is the money and who is it going to? She's wondering what's going to happen if Granny passes while they are building, if they do acquire the land. Like, she doesn't want the family destroyed over this money and over this land. And it's really not worth it, because I have seen families destroyed. Okay, destroyed. My grandmother and her sisters, it was 15 of them. It was 15 total, brothers and sisters included. And they had a full-on knockout, drag out situation. And I was about in the 3rd grade. And I remember hearing all the fusserization over this land that she had in the country. I'm talking about more than 2 acres. It was at least 10 or 11 acres. And still to this day, I hear rumblings from my grandmother about, oh, well, she should have sold it all. They got the money. Well, they ain't got, all they got out of it was a car. Like, it really is real in the field when it comes to this land. Like, black people don't be playing when it comes to it. And you got to make sure that you put it in the hands of somebody who's going to do the right thing with it. Because some people are all about the quick dollar. You can sell it for some magic beans and they will give it to you. So you really got to be careful who's doing the do and the deeds. Okay. Moving forward. Jaquita is back at home now, and she's packing for her trip with her friends. Honey, it's a girl's trip. She's getting a little time away from everything. So she's talking to her husband, Chris. And her husband is telling her that he still hasn't heard from her sister or Nicole about the contract and his contributions to the braiding group. He wants to know what it is, because if it ain't nothing, then he needs to go where he's celebrated. And it's really hard because Jaquita is stuck in the middle. And it's like she loves her husband, but she doesn't want to get in between the sisters either. So I don't know what she gonna do, y'all. I don't. So it's the day of the girls' night out, right? Larry is in there knocked out. That's Nicole's husband. Baby, that man is tired. Now, y'all know better than to get that man while he in there snoring. Here go Nicole. I need to do better with learning when people are exhausted. Nicole is crazy. Baby, not you need to be better with knowing when people are exhausted. Oh, and side note, baby, when you was getting that hair done at 4:00 in the morning, you do not need makeup. Baby, that skin was skinning. I said, girl, that's some good skin on you, honey. Love the skin you're in. So anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But I just had to let you know that skin is everything. So anywho, so he's going to meet up with the guys while she's getting ready for the girls' night in. She has this stretch therapist coming over, right? Baby, that stretch therapist knocked on that door. And her sister Monet ain't got no man or no ring on that finger. So baby, stretch it out. When he came through that door, I said, oh, yes, ma'am. He was cute, but he was very, very much married. Okay, very much married. But he was definitely looking. Sir, keep your eyes on your stretch mat. Because I seen you over there looking at Monet and you ain't fooling me. Everybody starts to arrive. They're getting stretched out. And listen, I need them to come get me together. I love a good stretch. I need a good stretch. Because, if you don't use it, you lose it. Okay, I'm just saying, honey. I ain't trying to give TMI. But you got to get stretched out. But, sir, what kind of damn stretch school did you go to? Because some of these stretches look unorthodox, honey. And then Jameshia was making all types of moaning and groaning noises. Nikki walked into all them noises. She said, what y'all doing in here? Baby, that's Jameshia over there making all the moaning noises. Girl, get a grip. Meanwhile, the men are over at Prospect Park. I just love seeing Houston on TV. When I say I just love it, I just love everything about it. So anywho, they started talking about how strong the ladies are and how the Bradens, child, they got it from their grandmother and it was passed down to them. So just step aside, baby, because they are strong-willed women. Back with the ladies, Nikki is like, okay, let me fill y'all in. I talked to the G1s. They want to put a pause on it and hold off on selling it. So Jaquita said, what, selling it to us or to strangers? She said, selling it to y'all. Jameshia was like, wait a minute, hold them up, swallow them up. No, ma'am. We talked. And she specifically said that she would keep it and she would think about selling it to us if we came to her with a plan. So Nicole said, well, look, Granny is the CEO, Chief Executive Oscarine, and she is going to do what she wants to do, period. You know what? I like that. CEO. Y'all need to get her a little shirt or something made. That's cute. The G1s are not thinking long term. They want their mortgages paid up so they can go on about their business, honey, and go on a cruise and whatnot. They do not care about anything that has to do with what's going on, what y'all talking about. Nikki said basically Miss Oscarine is going to listen to her kids when it comes to that land. So whatever she says is what they're going to have to do. They aren't looking at the bigger picture, though. Keeping it in the family will definitely help the entire family for years. Now, I don't know about gentrifying Homestead because Jaquita had a plan, honey, and she wanted to put a dog park. Trying people gonna tear that stuff up. If you know, you know. Okay. Anyway, but it sounds cute. It sounds cute, but I don't know about the dog park in the middle of Homestead. I just don't know because we got to build the other parts of it up as well. Okay, they ain't even started over near that side. Everything is still the same as when I was a kid. Nikki told them that they're gonna have to work hard to convince the G2s because they are not sold on giving them that land. So Jameshia is telling them that they all have kids, so they need to be building generational wealth for them. So then she brings up her brunch with the broker event because a lot of agents that they have questions about becoming a broker. And so Nikki looked at Keisha and she said, well, is that something that you would be interested in coming to? She said, yeah, I would be interested in coming to one of those home buyer seminars. They was like, oh, okay, so you're trying to buy a house, so y'all trying to get married. She's like, yeah, I mean, it's on the horizon. They said, okay, girl, we'll keep your money separate. Honey, I know that's right. Yes, ma'am. That is the best sound advice you could give. Keep your money separate. Monet said, well, do any of you share a bank account? Child, Jameshia said, honey, I'm speaking in Spanish. Espanol. It's a hell no in every language. Baby, absolutely not. My money is my money, okay, in case of an emergency. She said the Braden women are great with finances and we need to keep it that way. I know that's real. So the men are talking to Chris and he's telling them about his issues with Nicole and Jameshia and how he has to go talk to Jameshia because she's more personable. Larry said, yeah, you know, Jameshia is easier to talk to. She's a people person. He said, you don't think Nicole is? He said, nah. Oh my gosh. Baby, Nicole gonna light you up. He know his woman, child. Jameshia's husband was like, well, I wanted to do a photo shoot with you, Chris, and I ain't never heard back. You didn't call me back or nothing. Oh, Chris, you might be the problem. Okay, now I'm trying to be nice to you, but I think you might be the problem, Chris. Everybody can't be lying on you. Back with the ladies, Keisha asked about what Chris has been doing since the photo shoot, and she was like, he's been working with other clients. So Nicole said, well, I don't understand what he's doing because we need to get a contract going. There is nowhere that you can go and work and tell them what you're going and not going to do. Like, where they do that at? Nicole said, girl, look, at the end of the day, we your people. And he may not always be your husband. Okay? He might not always be around. Nicole, now you know full well that you will put everybody out if they said that about Larry. You know you would have a full-on fit. Now, I think it would be best for all of the people involved if Chris did his thing separately because I wouldn't be able to sit there and listen to them downplay my husband and speak the demise of my marriage. Baby, I'm very big on words. You cannot sit with me and tell me, well, he ain't gonna be around long, so you need to make sure that you stick with us. Yes, at the end of the day, y'all are always going to be there and y'all are always going to be my family. But please do not disrespect my marriage. No, ma'am. Okay? No, ma'am. I mean, I get it. But it's too much for her to be in the middle of it. She's sitting there listening. And she was like, well, actually, she's right. I was like, girl, what? Even if what she's saying makes sense, she shouldn't say it. I think that everybody will be a lot happier separately, and they can hire Chris on a need-to basis. That's what I think would be best, because it seems like he doesn't like what's being offered. They don't like that he's not at their beck and call. He don't want to show up. They need a contract. They haven't heard nothing back. He's bad with communication. Child, it's just a whole fool. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below if y'all happen to watch this episode. It definitely gave Welcome to Sweetie Pies. Now, I'm happy that Keisha and Nicole had a heart-to-heart, but I do think that family therapy will really get them where they need to be. Now, I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but the way that Nicole broke down, and it seemed like Keisha was kind of closed off when she was crying, I just think that there's more to it, and there's more work that needs to be done. And definitely don't wait till these cameras come up to start doing all this, child. We need to do this off camera. Anywho, y'all comment down below and I'm gonna comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.